Hi everyone, me again. Welcome back to Motorcycle Junkie. Now, back in February of this year, I think it was. It's now August, just for context. But back in February, we tore down the red Kawasaki GPZ500S. We tore it down to absolutely nothing. We sent the frame off to be shot blasted and powder coated, and we went and picked it up and we shoved it in the shed, covered it up with a full pile of rags, didn't even inspect it or anything, just poured it back, shoved it in there, covered it up. That's where it's been ever since. Today, what's it, 7 months later, we're going to pull it out from its slumber, hence rolling out of the red carpet, which is not red. So yeah, we're going to unwrap it. We're going to pull it out, and we're going to have a look at it with a view to prepping it to slowly become a motorbike again. 7 months on, it should already be a motorbike. You know, anyone else would have had this finished, but you know, I don't rush. Got other things going on as well. It's fucking hot, hence the garb. I'm not going out anywhere, so I don't care what I look like. It's not as if I'm going on YouTube for thousands of people to see me, is it? So, apologies for the legs. Yep, I know. Last time you see a pair of legs like this, it had a fucking message tied to it. Right. If he's bodged it up, it's a bit too late to go back to the powder coaters now and complain about it, isn't it? Out of interest, I'll just show you. But he did the swing arm as well. I think I've shown you this before. It's a little bit. It's not rotted, but it is pitted, and then he's powder coated over the pitting, so it doesn't look the best. But it is the only one I got, and it will do the job. So yeah, that's the rear swing arm. Back here, we'll pull this out into the daylight. There it is. I did pop the main stand back on it actually when I got it back, because I was going to stand it up on its main frame, but never did. So there she is, looking pretty good. Yeah. So when I sent it off, I did leave bolts in all the threaded areas. Here, for instance, just so that it protected the threads. So, right, I think the first thing I'll do is fire up my compressor, get a blower on it and blow all the dust off it, because it has accumulated a little bit of dust. Then we'll flip it over. Probably the first thing I need to do is probably get some steering head bearings in it. I've got some new ones. So yeah, let's do that. It's looking a bit better. First thing I'm going to do, it's upside down at the minute. I want to get the steering head bearing carriers in the bottom there, then I can flip it over, get the top one in. Now I've got my replacement steering head bearings here. Now this is an upgrade because these are roller bearings, and the ones I took out of it were individual like balls that rode in a carrier. So seem to be decent quality, but I can't even remember where I bought these from, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to bother with the actual roller bearings themselves at the moment. All I'm interested in are these carriers, so we'll get something to drive them in, and then if we can get probably need to clean that out a bit actually, but yeah, if we can get these in, then we can, what do you call it, probably get the steering column in. I'm talking about cars here. The swirly in and outy, roundy turn the corner thing, you know what I mean. Then we can probably flip it over. The idea I'm having, hopefully, to save sort of trying to damage the frame by trying to lift an engine into it, I'm going to try and lift the frame over the engine effectively, and sort of, rather than bolt the engine into the frame, I'm going to bolt the frame onto the engine. Don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. Well, unfortunately I do not have a socket big enough to go on there to drive that in. That's the biggest one I've got, 34mm. I do have a lump of wood and a hammer and the potential to destroy this bearing carrier, trying to put it in with inappropriate tools, but hey ho. Now I've just got to clean some of the powder coating off that edge, and I can take off bucket, stroll on. 250 quid from You've Been Framed. Unfortunately that powder coating is incredibly tough. I think what I'll do, let me get my Dremel out and I'll see if I can tickle that up with a Dremel, might be more effective. Right then, Dremel, little barrel sander there, hopefully that'll shift it. Done a perfect job. Spot on. compressor. There you go. Okay, right. Yes, I know. Okay, I'll get one. I can hear you. Rubber hammer. That's great, but how do I get it in from here? I'm hoping I can just get on the edge of it there. I'll use the metal one there, can't I? Because I'm not directly on the... Is that going in? A little way to go yet, but I think it is. It's not ideal. Right, I need something better to drive that in. Any ideas? I've got a drift here. I know, not ideal. But you've got to work with what you got. I think she's there. The tone has changed. Can you hear that? So, yeah, that's done. No wrong with that. Certainly not the recommended way of doing it. So, right, let me get this frame flipped over the other way round. We'll see what's involved. Right, that's back the right way up. I've done the top brace as well, exactly the same process, in fact even easier because I did have a socket to fit that because it's slightly smaller. The next thing I want to do, although I've got the main stand on, because there's no spring it keeps collapsing, so I do want to get the main spring on. Now this is a genuine Kawasaki main stand spring, and I did try to find pattern and I couldn't, and I tried to find second hand and I couldn't, so I had no choice but to go OEM. I think that was come from Germany, and if I remember rightly it was about 24 quid for a fucking spring. So yeah, you know, if you got to have it, you got to have it, ain't you? Now I don't like putting these on, they're fucking horrible things to put on. Is there a good way of putting these on? Because if there is, I don't know what it is. Also, does it go that way or does it go that way? I'm thinking that way. Let me just have a quick look at the other one, just a sec. Now, the other one is on that way. However, that don't mean a fucking thing, because I put it on. So I've got the manual here. Right, what would it be under? Main standing? Main stand? No. No. Stand. Stands, removal and installation. 6.3. This book's falling apart. 6.3. Right, that's the side stand. Is there a photo of the centre stand? Is there full? Side stand, centre stand. No, it don't even tell you, and I don't want to get that right, so let me look into it. Right then, as far as I can tell, they do indeed go with the springs down towards the stand itself. Now, this is the tricky bit. Oh, might not be in this case. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll explain why this is going to go so easy in a minute. Oh, come off that end. There you go. Right, the reason that went so easy is because the stand wouldn't normally come up this height. The reason mine is coming up that height is because the stop, the thing that it hits here to stop it going further, is on the exhaust pipe. As we have no exhaust pipe, that stand can go over the position, if you like. So that's good. It's good in a way because it's made it very easy to get on. But the trouble is, until I get the exhaust pipes off, that's going to keep falling off, I think. But let me see if I can get it on its stand. There we go. What I think I might do is see if I can cable tie that stand somehow to lock it into its down position, just to hold it in that orientation while I get the bike assembled. So yeah, this in effect is the start of me reassembling my GPZ500 centre stand, which was already on, bearing carriers, and also I've put these fairing carriers on, but I did that some time ago. So yes, right, what I think I need to do now, a couple of things. This has got a removable side cradle. It does make getting the engine in and out a little bit easier. Unfortunately, the bolts are so covered in powder coat that I can't get a socket on them, so I'm going to get them out with a pair of grips. I think I've already had these ones out. Get that side piece off, then I'm going to have to clean those bolts up, and then I can put them back in temporarily, but they are going to need cleaning up and zinc plating. Same goes with the engine bolts. I can slop them in temporarily just to get the engine in, but then they're going to have to come out to be zinc plated. I do want to try and do this bike, well, not properly, not professional, because I'm not a professional. I don't have the resources and the skills, but I want it to be a bloody nice bike. And to that end, I think I've said it before, if I have to spend more on this bike than it's worth, and I almost certainly will, then that's not a problem. We want a nice bike at the end of it. We're not looking to make a profit. Anyway, let me see if I can dig out some engine bolts. Right, I am gonna, I've had a change of plan actually. Unusual for me, isn't it? I was going to drop the engine in, and the reason I haven't dropped the engine in is these are the engine bolts, and as you can see they do need cleaning up and something doing with them. They're scruffy. They need zinc plating. I was going to drop them in and do it later, but then what's the point? What's the point of putting the engine in? And what's the point of dropping the engine in? I only have to take it out again. I could pinch the bolts out of this engine and zinc plate them and swap them over, but it means taking the engine out of it. Anyway, long story short, I think the next job is to start zinc plating some bits and pieces up. Everything takes forever. For example, that little collar there, it's a spacer, goes on the engine bolt, just spaces the engine out. It was rusty. It's taken me 10 minutes to clean all the rust off, a couple of coats of paint, you know, like restoring that tiny little part there, it's like 15-20 minutes, half hour. So when you sort of restoring a whole bike, don't rush it, you know. And I'm not the understatement of the year. 7 months ago I had that bloody powder coated, so no, I'm not rushing it. But anyway, I'm going to think on the next job is going to be setting up all the zinc plating equipment. I'm not going to do that today. I've got work for the next 4 days, so we'll look at doing that when we come back. For you guys, it'll just be a few seconds. Cheers. Hello everyone, and welcome to Motorcycle Junkie Science Lesson. Right, before we start, I'll tell you what I'm going to do in a minute. I don't normally go big on disclaimers. You know, if you're daft enough to do what I do, then that's your lookout. I will go a big disclaimer on this one, because what we have here, hang on, for fuck's sake. I've been sat in the house all morning, absolutely no phone calls, nothing. And then as soon as I set up to start videoing, the doorbell rings. On the way to the fucking answer the doorbell, the wife rings me to tell me there's someone at the door. Anyway, right, disclaimer, where was I? Yeah, what we have here is hydrochloric acid, otherwise known as muriatic acid, or spirits of salt. It's nasty fucking horrible stuff. You don't want to be getting it on your skin. You don't really want to even be using it unless you have to. But I've watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I'm going to try to clean up a few parts which I've got in that tub there prior to zinc plating them. Now before I can zinc plate, they've got to be spotlessly clean. I ain't got the fucking time or patience to sit there wire brushing and sanding and fuck knows what else. So we're going to do muriatic acid. Now, YouTube videos go from anything from 1-to-1 mixture with water, which I've got a big bucket of water there, right up to 10-to-1. I'm going to go somewhere in the middle and go 3-to-1. What I also should have here is some bicarb soda, which when I'm finished with all this shit would neutralise it. I haven't got any. I'm just going to rinse with water. As I said, I've got a bucket of water there. That's to rinse off when I'm finished. It's also to throw over me or dip my hands in or do whatever I need to do with it if I spill this shit on my hands. Do not copy this. Go and do your own research. This is just what I'm going to do. It's probably wrong, it's probably dangerous, just don't do it. Anyway, that aside, arse covered, let's go ahead and see what we can do. Now, as I said, I'm going to go 3-to-1. I've got a little measuring cup here, so we're going to start off with water. You add the hydrochloric acid to the water, not the water to the hydrochloric acid, because if you add the water to the acid, it will instantly boil the water and start spitting it and spewing it all over the fucking place. So we'll go 1. Are you in view? Yeah, I think so. 2. 3 cups of water. let's go 4. And now, don't worry about what I do. If you do decide you want to use this shit, gloves, safety goggles, cover yourself up, whatever. This hydrochloric acid oil is about 5-6 years old. It's been on the shelf ages, but I'm told it doesn't go off. So I'm very carefully pouring in a cup of hydrochloric acid. And I'm then going to pour that hydrochloric acid in the water. Okay, I don't think I've got any on my hands, but I'm rinsing my hand in the water just in case. I should have had gloves on. Now straight away I'm getting a very, very strong reaction. That's fizzing away like buggery. I don't know how long this takes. One of them parts is not fully submerged, so I'll add some more water, I think I've got it plenty strong enough. Okay, we're now fully submerged. Now, in here somewhere I've got some long pliers. There we go. Where's them other straight ones? They'll be better. There we go. I've got these. So I've got these things here. Let's turn you around so I can manipulate that stuff without putting my hands in it. Now, I've been waiting to do this ages, but I've had my granddaughter for a few days, and I really didn't want to be doing this with my granddaughter here. Now I'm going to take that hydrochloric acid away, because like I said, nasty fucking horrible stuff. Don't like using it. It's just, as I said, I'm too bloody lazy to be wire brushing and what have you. That's fizzing away like a good one. It really is fizzing away like a good one. So, right, we'll come back. We'll keep an eye on it. I don't know how long it's going to take. 20 minutes, half hour, 2 hours. I really don't know. But we'll keep an eye on it and we'll cut you back in. Right, that's been about 20 minutes. And the active fizzing has stopped. Still a little bit there, but the vigorous fizzing has stopped. Oh, got it on my hand. Nope, I think I'm alright. Oh, I don't like this stuff. So I'm going to turn that over. I'm tempted to leave it a couple of hours, to be honest. Oh, it's gone back over. Fuck it. Right, let's leave it a bit longer. Right, that shit's been in there 45 minutes, I think. It don't look like it's made a massive amount of difference on the oil pipe, to be honest. But I'm going to dunk everything in this bucket of water. Well, that one seems to have stripped quite well. Not so much that one though. That one's come out really well. I'm guessing because that oil pipe was painted, muriatic acid isn't very good at stripping paint, whereas rust does seem to have done quite a good job on. And again, some of this was oily, and where it's been oily, it's not done quite as well. Now I'm told to expect that to flash rust, so let me give them a damn good rinse off. I'm going to get rid of that acid as well. How am I going to get rid of it? Well, I'm not going to tell you, other than to say I'm told people use muriatic acid for clearing drains, cleaning them, clearing blockages. So that's one option. But anyway, I'm going to tidy up, rinse them off, and then we'll have a look at these parts. And rain stop play. Right. These have come up quite well. I've rinsed them off, dried them, given them a quick turn on the wire wheel, and yeah, very pleased with them. They are ready for zinc plating, all three of them. The pipe that I've put in, oh hang on, I've got a part missing. Oh yeah, right, the oil feed, that's the oil banjo. Again, that's come up quite well. That can go straight for zinc plating. The oil pipe didn't come out as well. I have had it on my wire wheel and I've cleaned it up a bit, but it needs a lot more work, as you can see. The hydrochloric acid didn't really do much for it. So I'm going to clean that up some more. I may just paint that black. That's how it was originally on the bike. I was just thinking of zinc plating it because I could, and it would look a bit different, but we'll see. But anyway, that's where we got before rain kicked in. It's blowing a fucking hoolie out there, fucking weather. So where should we put? Let's put these up here. I'm going to be looking for these next week, guys, so remind me where I put them, won't you? Probably going to prep a few more parts in the old muriatic acid as well. Cleared my bench off to a certain extent, so we can get all their buckets and everything on there ready for the zinc plating. Never done zinc plating before, first time for me. The engine that I was working on, it's under that bit of rag. I will get back to that. What I really need to do is get hold of a cylinder head. Then we can probably get back and start putting pistons and shit back in. But anyway, I think I might go to the pub. See you later.